Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
Hey guys, how you doing? So today we're gonna be talking about Gear 13, which ones you should be looking out for to gear first, and which ones are gonna get you the most bang for your buck. And on top of this, besides just going over Gear 13, we're gonna be fighting actually in this video with my Padme team, a Gear 13 Malak, and how we do versus it. Do we hold? Do we not hold? So stay tuned and let's get into the video, guys. All right. So when it comes to deciding who you want to Gear 13 here, there's really two, maybe three. I'm going to say there's going to be three here that you want to be looking at for factions, okay? So the first faction is going to be the Sith Empire, now that we have, Malak and Darth Revan in the game. So I don't have Malak yet, but I'm going to say for Sith Empire, you want to be looking out for either Darth Revan, Malak, or Bastila Shan Fallen for when you're first, if you want to go that route. And keep in mind, before you even think about wanting to, gear up anybody Gear 13, you want to make sure that your faction and your team is already pretty much up there with gears, mods, and stuff like that, making sure that it's all ready to go before you Gear 13 anybody, to the team. So here, I'm really only looking at two besides Darth Revan. Darth Revan's a great one to Gear 13 first, right? But there's the other two that I'm looking at here is going to be Bastila Shan Fallen. Bastila Shan Fallen, if you do give her this piece here, is 8 extra speed, and then, you get all this 6 extra from her your other Gear 12 plus pieces. So really, her speed's going to be crazy, like easily up to like 320, maybe pushing 330, like maybe even higher than that if you got like crazy god tier mods. But yeah, the reason that you want to go maybe for her first and think about Gear 13 her first is that the faster that she can be in these mirror matches and applying her fear right here, the better off you'll be in mirrors. But besides her, the other one you want to potentially look at is Darth Malak. And I'm gonna actually say, if you have a really good Sith Empire team, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys do out there, I would really highly recommend getting Gear 13 Malak in this, getting him done first, because I mean, just at Gear 13, this ability, the Jaws of Life unique, just is so hard to kill this guy. I know that at Gear 13, his HP and protection are going to be super high, and you can see it's super high because this is the Gear 13 Malak that we'll be fighting later on in the video. It has 47,000 HP and 133,000 protection. That's just crazy. The speed's pretty good as well, but yeah, he went for a little bit of the extra damage there, so definitely, I mean, the more HP and protection you get on him with the additional Gear 13 is great. He can almost, I want to say he can almost solo any team in the game. I mean, some of them he can't, like Darth Revan teams he can't, but I mean, he's a great character all around. Gear 13 makes this guy just a monster. All right, so next up we're gonna go over the Grievous team, and not even talking about anybody besides Grievous. Grievous is the one you want to potentially look into. A lot of people over Reddit, YouTube, other YouTubers have done videos on Gear 13 Grievous. Go check out Arnold's video on his Gear 13 Grievous, and the numbers he's getting from his crits on the Grievous wounds here is well over 100k, 120, 130, upwards of all that stuff. Just crazy months of damage there, and the reason why is because he gets he gets so much extra HP from all these gear pieces, and then even more so if you got the 60 mods. Mine's only at 43k right now. I really want to get this guy down in the future, but I'm just so focused on my Padme team, and that's the next one we're going to talk about. So for me, I have done a lot of Padme stuff in the past, and I continue to do that with my next Gear 13. So my next Gear 13 in my case is going to be Anakin. And the first one I'm planning on, gearing up to Gear 13 is going to be Anakin. And there's a few reasons why. The first and the main one is, the negotiator's out now. It's going to take a little bit to get him, at least 5-star unlock. Yeah, but once you get him Gear 13, his ship is going to be probably paired up with a negotiator. Probably the best two things in the game when it comes to ships. Those two in the same fleet lineup is going to be disgusting. I've done a video on Anakin before. Easily can basic a crit for over 120k, 130k sometimes, and his AoEs can almost do 100k damage. It's just crazy amounts of damage there. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm going to get him to Gear 13 first. And another reason why I want to get him to Gear 13 first is right here you can see that he gets a little bit more potency. and when I can add more potency to him is great, because I need more potency on this Anakin so I can land on his basic healing immunity. And the reason why it's so important is that when I'm using these guys to fight Malaks in my arena, I really need that healing immunity to stick. If it doesn't stick, I can't win, and that's just more of a reason for me to get this. You know, I can get this little 15% extra potency, and then I can actually go with more offense on my cross and not have to worry about a potency cross. So that's what I'm starting to do now. I only have 46% potency, and I'll show you all the stats for the video later on. But that's one of the reasons. And then another reason is because, I mean, his damage is going to just be ridiculous, guys. I know that, you know, in the past, before the nerf, his damage was pretty good. It still is. It's just a little bit harder to get that damage, because you got to have like all these Galactic Republics. You can see here on his unique, it has to be all Galactic Republics to do the bonus or to get the 100% more damage. It's just going to be kind of hard to do that. But now that we have a full Padme team, I just see like him being like the most important in this team. And then we have the last point. The last point here is a pretty substantial point to make. Most of you probably already know this if you're using Padme teams in Arena. If Anakin does die in any of these battles, you lose. Just straight up, plain and simple like that. The more HP and protection you get with Gear 13 is another reason I'm going to get him up there first. The longer he stays alive in the battles, the better off I'll be. If he doesn't die, I basically win every single game. The ones I let him die, and he sometimes does die, is the ones I lose. So if he can just survive a lot longer, do his big damage, land the healing immunity, stuff like that, we'll be good to go. Alright, so let me know how you guys think about those. I really think it only comes down to, Malak and BSF, Bastila Fallen, and then Grievous for sure, because Grievous is just broken right now if you see those videos and his damage with his AoEs. And then third is probably going to be Anakin in my opinion, or Padme. I just think Anakin is a little bit more important than Padme in Padme teams, so there you guys have it for that. So now this part of the video, we're going to show you the video in the footage I had in my arena battle versus a Gear 13 Malak. It went pretty well. My turn order is pretty damn good, I will say that. I got some really good mods on my guys, making sure that the turn order is there, right? So I got all the protection from here, eating up all those AoEs. Always want to call in GK, always. That way he gets more stacks of courage. He can do nice damage, like what we'll do right here on HK. We're going to call him to assist. There you go. Alright, now that you get a nice little hit there, Anakin's going to finish up because he should be right after GK if you have the turn orders right. Yeah, we did crit Malak, but it's alright, don't worry about it too much. HK is now dead. Now we're going to move on to Bastila. She just one-shot Bastila Fallen. And then we had like 30-something stacks of courage on her, on Padme, and we just one-shot Darth Revan. So now at this point in the battle, it's really important to have GK alive. He can soak up all these extra hits. And we're trying to plan our attack, so we do all these assists and get the healing immunity on the board on Malak. Like I said earlier, if you can't land, you can't stick those healing immunities, you just plain and simple lose. Hard to really win without getting those to stick. And I do think I know Micaeus, we were on this little podcast with Dojison a little bit ago. He did talk about like offense sets. And I have come to agree with that somewhat. I wouldn't say offense is too much important on like Padme. Of course not 3PO, he doesn't do any damage, and also GK. Those two really, Padme and GK. I don't really care too much about offense, but Anakin and Ahsoka with those offense sets, like over like 1,000 offense, it really helps this team, guys. As you can see there, we finished it up with like a little nice kick there, and now let's go on the mods. Alright, so here we go for the mods. Padme really hasn't changed too much for me in the past little bit. Always want to go HP on her. Unless you only have like a 5 to 6 star Padme, then I would recommend going protection on her. Because that way, you can stack up more protection earlier on in the star count. 5 to 6 star, you don't get too much HP. But here we go, we got 63k HP, 50k protection, 230 speed, not bad. Let's go on to GK next. GK, you want to run speed on this guy. I've done guides on this, so you guys should already know the drill. 46, almost 47k HP, 71k protection, and 267 speed. You want to be the second fastest in your team. And now we're going to go over to 3PO here. 3PO, similar stats on my GK. You just want to be a little bit faster. He does gain 20 extra speed from his unique, so he will be actually 278 speed. So let's move on to Ahsoka next. And now when we go on to Ahsoka and Anakin, you'll see that the stats have changed a little bit from previous videos. Like I said about Macias, he kind of turned me into this whole offense type of stuff. So I really appreciate him sharing some of that info with me. But here we go. I went with a little bit more protection instead of HP just because Ahsoka gains 80% from her unique since Anakin's there, and an extra additional 50% from Padme leadership. So that's like 130% extra. So I'm not too worried about her HP here. I'm more worried about her protection. And also, speed doesn't matter too much because she does gain 50 additional speed from her unique as well. But the main thing here is her offense and her damage. I have now a damage set of 3783, and I really find this to be super helpful. And as you can see in those videos that I've been showing you for the G13 Malak, the crits aren't really there. So what's nice is to have more offense and doing just more pure damage output. Don't worry too much about critting because, you know, later on in the battle, the Malak has way too much crit avoidance, so you're not going to be able to crit him anyways. So offense in that regards is super important. And then to just finish up here, let's check out Anakin, the main honcho here, guys. You can't live without Anakin. If he dies, you just lose. So here we go. 40k HP, 36k protection. You can't really change too much of these stats because you want to focus more on the offense, okay? And then crit damage here, a little bit of crit damage, 192, not bad. Like I said earlier, at Gear 13, he's going to get more potency, so I'm not too worried about the potency here. You can do with a little bit more if you want, and especially if you're fighting more of those high tenacity Malaks in the arena. So always want to be on the lookout for that. And then here we go, guys, the physical offense at 4151. I could definitely bump this up even more if I wanted to, but I'm going to keep it like this because I find this to be a really good number here. And with the upcoming days of me getting Gear 13 Anakin, I'll show you and do a whole video on that guy and how he does versus these Malaks. So there you guys go. Hope you guys liked this video. We went over the potential, Gear 13 ones you want to go look out for. Which ones I think are some of the best, some that you might as well think are some of the best. But if you don't agree with some of my points here, let me know in the comments below, guys. Besides that, I do think Anakin's going to be my go-to for my Gear 13. I'm really invested in my my Galactic Republic team with Padme, so I'm going to go with them first, especially now that we have the Negotiator in the game. Other than that, though, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Besides that, we got a Discord link in the description. Come join Discord. It's a good time there. And you got a Patreon link there if you guys want to support me even further. Go check that out as well. Besides that, though, guys, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you later.
Nice.